Measuring key performance indicators on your animals goes beyond just height and weight. Many other factors contribute to the overall health and wellness assessment of an animal, and FarmBright's livestock measurement feature can help you track all of them. You can take standard physical measurements, and you can also rate their body condition, environment, and even keep photos of any issues that you find. These factors are compiled and summarized in FarmBright's Animal Wellness Score, which gives you an at a glance reading of the overall health of your animal. If you need to follow up after an examination, you can flag the record and then run reports to find any anomalies. And if all of that isn't enough, you can even create custom fields to track additional measured inputs and report on them too. Let's take a look at how you can start adding this data right now. You can add measurements directly from any animal record. We'll choose one of our pigs, access the Measurements tab, and see previously created measurements shown here. To add a new one, click the button for New Measurement. And as a quick tip, know that you can also use a Bluetooth-enabled electronic ID scanner to easily add this measurement without navigating to the animal record, even if you're offline. You can find more information about that in our Help Center. In the new measurement window that is displayed, you'll see 5 sections across the top. Each of these gives you the opportunity to add different information you measure for the animal. Note that no specific fields are required on any of these tabs. You can choose to measure what's important for you. Let's go through each one of them. On the Measures tab, you'll see basics like date, weight, height, and temperature. If needed, you can add a condition score or fecal egg count, and even add a FOMACHA score on some animal types. Any measurement custom fields that you have added will also be shown under this tab. So if there's something that you need to measure that isn't included here or on any of the other tabs, you can choose to customize fields and build whatever fields are important for you. We'll then move on to the health assessment, where you'll find 20 separate data points to assess for the animal here. Each is rated on a scale of 1 through 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being excellent. They can be selected individually or in bulk using the Mark All option. There are exterior measurements for things like eyes, ears, and nose, and internal measurements for things like the heart and lungs. You can also record assessments for more general characteristics like appetite, mobility, stress level, and sociability. And if you've used the bulk feature to mark all fields in a certain status, you can always edit them individually as well. Now let's move on to the environment assessment, where you'll see 6 fields to track things like air quality, moisture level, temperature, and insect activity. Like the health assessment, each is rated on a scale of 1 through 5 from poor to excellent, and you'll be able to mark them in bulk, individually, or clear them. If you found any issues that you'd like to document visually, you can add attachments from the Photos tab. Or, of course, if you just want to capture a photo of a happy, healthy animal, you could do that too. And if you're using FarmBright's mobile app, this can integrate with your camera to capture a real-time photo as you're recording the measurement. You can then use the Comments tab to record any additional details notable from this measurement. You'll also see an additional checkbox to flag for follow-up at the bottom of the measurement window. That's shown on all of the tabs. If you check this, the measurement record will display a red flag, and this measurement will be included on the wellness follow-up report. We'll save and see our new measurement added. Also, if you need to add more than one measurement for this animal, you can always import them from a spreadsheet as well. All of the fields that we just saw, including the animal wellness, health, and environment ratings, are available in the import. Now, if you've completed any of the assessments under the health and environment sections, you'll see a wellness score calculated for this measurement record. It will also be reflected on the main details page for the animal, giving you an at-a-glance summary of the measurement with the health and environment score weighted to determine an overall wellness score. If we go back to the measurements page, you'll see that this is calculated and displayed on each measurement, giving you a way to track their progress right from the measurements page. It's also reflected in the chart so that you can see changes over time. These are also color-coded, so you'll immediately know if the score represents a healthy animal or one with potential issues. The lowest possible score is a 20, with scores between there and 40 shown in red. 41 to 60 are shown in yellow, 61 to 80 in blue, and above 80 is green. This wellness score is meant to be a simple way for you to see a rating and immediately know the animal's overall condition. We outline the formulas in a thorough Help Center article, so if you want to see how this is calculated, navigate to the Help Center, search for wellness, and you'll find examples in the Wellness Score article. As a quick synopsis for this video, though, there are 20 gradable areas in the health section and 6 for the environment. Therefore, we add some additional weight to the health score as it has greater impact on the overall wellness and includes immediately observable issues with the animal itself. Know that all 26 of those fields are graded 1 through 5. That's poor to excellent that we saw before. And beyond that, know that it's also important to realize the score is calculated based on how many of the 26 total fields you complete. Since not all are required, the score is variable based on the data you provide in the measurement. And speaking of formulas and calculations, see that you'll also have calculated fields for average daily gain shown here and on each measurement record. This average daily gain, which is also reflected here, shows you the amount gained per day since the last measurement. Between these two measurements, the animal gained 4 pounds over 5 days, resulting in 0.8 pounds per day. The other number, shown here, is the average daily gain from the first measurement to the most recent. In this case, the animal has gained 8 pounds over 14 days, resulting in 0.57 pounds per day. And of course, all of this information is great to see on an individual animal record, but you'll also see some of it in groups as well. Let's take a look at one of our pig groups and see that we can add a last wellness score to the main group dashboard to easily see this at a glance. To do this, you can edit the group, select columns, and add any additional columns that you'd like. Maybe we'd also like to see the average daily gain. We can save and see that added here with the 0.57 reflected from the animal we just looked at. And if we go to measurements for a group, you'll see charts that show the averages of all of the group members over time, and then the most recent and current statistics for all of the animals within the group. And beyond that, if we go back to our livestock groups, you'll see that we've used the wellness score to create a smart group based on the results. Let's open it, and of course see those animals, and when we edit it, we can choose filters and set a wellness score. In this case, we'd like to find animals that we generally ranked excellent, but of course, if you wanted to, you could find those with less than a particular score to find animals with problems that you might need to address, and to create a quarantine group to separate them. So now that we've seen this on groups and individual records, let's navigate to reports and choose livestock reports to view 3 different reports that you can run for measurements. First, you'll see a standard measurements report. This report shows you charts and graphs of measurements over time, and then shows the current measurement information for all of your animals grouped by animal type. We'll scroll and find those pigs and see basic data like type, breed, tag number, age, and gender, then their last weight and height, with temperature, wellness score, and last measured date. Average daily gain is also shown, as well as other measurement fields. Going back to those livestock reports, you'll see 2 other reports specifically related to the wellness score. You'll find the Health and Wellness Watch List, which shows you any animals whose current wellness score is less than 60. This helps you find animals that might have some problems, even if you didn't flag the measurement for follow-up. But if you did flag it, you'll also see a report for wellness follow-ups, which shows you any measurement record that had been flagged for a follow-up. You can also customize those 3 reports or build your own custom report with measurement data. We'll choose custom reports, create a new one, give it a name, and then select livestock measurements as the report type. The columns tab lets us pick what fields we'd like to see on the report. How about name, weight, health score, environment score, and overall wellness score. We can set filters to limit the results that are returned by type, breed, gender, status, and a lot more fields, and then also set preferences to order and group our records or add additional charts. We'll save and see a chart for the distribution of our wellness scores with all of the animals that meet our filter criteria shown with the specific data that we've asked for. All right, that's going to take us through livestock measurements. Reach out if you have any questions as you add these to your FarmBright account.